realized I was gone for a bit. Here you are acting like you are the queen of this household. I go to my sister's house for a month, and apparently you acted as if you took over my place and ordered everyone to do this. Is that true? I heard that you made Tina do so many things that even I never asked her to do. You are so two-faced. You appear to be so soft and kind, but behind closed doors, you are the complete opposite. You are such a fake person. Huh? Where did all this come from? Why are you telling me all this? I don't understand why I'm being scolded as if I'm a little kid that knows nothing. Just what exactly did I do to make you say all these things? I never made Tina do anything. I don't understand where all of this is coming from, and it's so unfair to me. Don't act as if you don't know anything, Kate. Are you saying that Tina made all of this up and that she is lying? She said that while I was away at my sister's house, you would call her every day to the house and made her do chores. That's what she said. Apparently, you'd make her go to my house at 6 in the morning to prepare everything, clean, and even do laundry. Do you think I didn't know that you also made her nurse my father-in-law? Do you really think she can handle all that despite knowing that she's younger than you and you are the eldest daughter-in-law? I can't believe you made her do all those things just because you didn't want to do them. You even made her do chores that I myself didn't ask her to do. I feel so bad for her after she came crying to me and telling me all this. So now what? Do you have any excuse for any of this? Huh? So what you're saying is that I made Tina do all the stuff I have been doing for 5 years, and that I made her do all of it in one day out of nowhere? Do you think that makes any sense, Linda? You yourself know I would never do anything like that. You know I sacrificed so many things after moving into this house. But still, you take Tina's side even though she's only been here for a few months? I feel so upset about that, Linda. And I also feel really disappointed that you'd think that of me. Plus, it doesn't benefit me in any way if I made Tina do everything in the house and made her my enemy. There's nothing in it for me. Because I'm the eldest daughter-in-law anyway, and I'd still have to do my own duties. Nothing really changes even if I asked her to help out because in the end, I'll have my own duties as the eldest one. That's exactly what I'm saying. Here you are saying all these things as if you are doing your part as the eldest daughter-in-law of this household. But as soon as I leave the house, you immediately place yourself as higher than everyone else. And you start bossing everyone around as if you are the leader of this household, when you are really not. I am just so appalled that you think you can take over my spot as the mother and start bossing people around. I would never even ask Tina to do some of the stuff that you made her do. What gives you the right or power to do that? You are not in any higher rank than her. Linda, listen to me. I never did any of what you were accusing me of. Whatever, Kate. How can you say you didn't do any of that when Tina called me crying and complaining about all of that? She was bawling her eyes out. Are you saying that she was faking that and just acting as if you did all of that to her? Tina said that you made her hand wash everyone's underwear instead of using the washer. She said that you asked her to scratch her back because your back was itchy. And on top of that, you made her massage your shoulders because you said you were tired. Are you saying that she made all of this up? Kate, I have lived on this earth for 60 years and I have a lot of life experiences. I know that Tina is telling the truth. So just own up to it and apologize to both me and especially her. You better ask for her forgiveness. If you don't do as I say, I will never be able to forgive you. Why should I apologize for anything? I did not do anything that warrants an apology. There has to be something for me to apologize for in order for me to say sorry for anything. But I did not do anything wrong. Are you being serious? You are still denying this. Tina told me all this bullying that you do to her, but you don't even care. Apparently, you even threatened her to never even try to come visit or pretend as if she is helping out. I seriously had goosebumps when I heard her tell me that. I was just in so much shock that you'd tell her that. Who do you think you are telling her not to come to my house? Huh? You have no rights or powers to ever say what people can or cannot do in my house. Do you think my house is your house, too? Don't you ever think that. You are merely just my daughter-in-law who happens to live in one of the rooms and eat the food in my house. You should be thankful that I even provide those for you, but here you are. I am still just in so much shock that as soon as I turn back away from my house, you immediately jump into trying to take my spot as the mother of this household. You're not even close. I never did any of what you just said. Literally none of it. If you can't believe what I'm telling you, then ask Thomas or even your husband. Do you really think your father-in-law or Thomas would take your side? You do know that your father-in-law hates the way you take care of him, right? Are you aware of that? You don't even help him wash up, and you don't even help him when he has to go to the toilet. He even complained that you never heat up the food you give to him, so he loses his appetite. And Thomas, you know he is tired of seeing you just being lazy at home and always just sitting and doing nothing. Linda, let's look at this objectively. You are his wife, so washing him up and helping him to the toilet is your job. You married him and you are his wife. Plus, you are very healthy and able, so there is no reason for you to not be able to help your own husband. Ever since I moved in here, you already said that it would be uncomfortable for all three of us if I helped my father-in-law with any toilet or shower stuff. Do you not remember that? I helped him get dressed, and I even serve him his meals all the time. Plus, I massage his leg that has some paralysis to make him feel better. I do that every day, yet you never show gratitude or appreciation for what I do for him. What else do you want me to do? And do you think I want to just stay at home and not work? I do so many things for Thomas, and I even help out with basically all the chores at home. I had to sacrifice a job that I enjoyed doing to be a stay-at-home wife, and I'm not even getting paid for any of this. And now you're telling me that my husband thinks I'm pathetic for just staying at home? I can't believe he thinks I'm just being lazy. How in the world did you raise Thomas, Linda? He does not know how to appreciate the work I put in and instead badmouths me? Did you just try to talk trash about my own son and how I raised him? If even your own husband thinks so badly about you, I can hardly imagine just how badly you have been treating Tina. I just know that you are being mean to her. Just because you've been married to my son for 5 years doesn't mean you have the right to be bossing her around. Sure, she isn't the first daughter-in-law in this house. You are. But she is 1 year older than you. Do you really think it's right to be treating someone older than you badly? Tina is so kind and caring. You should learn from her instead. Anyway, just know that I am not over this just yet. That's how serious this is to me. So just keep in mind that I will correct all of this. You better go to Tina and kneel in front of her and beg her for forgiveness. If you don't apologize to her, know that I will kick you out of this house. Okay, Linda. I will leave the house. What did you just say? I lived with you guys for 5 years, and even though we were not close like a real family, I still respected the fact that you are my mother-in-law and that I should maintain that relationship. Since then, I always woke up earlier than everyone, thinking that if I prepared some food before you guys were up, that everyone would have a good start of their day. So I'd wake up at 5 in the morning and start cooking, and I did my best to carry out my role as the first daughter-in-law. I did not know my efforts would boil down to this. If I had known from the start, I would not have worked as hard. I would not have agreed to live in the same house as my in-laws. No, actually, let me rephrase that. I regret that I even agreed to get married and be a part of this family. I seriously feel so much regret in this moment. Wow, you are really just so good at trying to escape from your mistakes, huh? Do you think I will stop you from leaving the house if you say you want to leave? Don't be funny, Kate. You are not the only daughter-in-law here, Kate. I have Tina, who is taller and way prettier and so much nicer, and just so angelic and better than you. Do you really think I will beg you to stay or stop you from leaving? You can leave any time as you please. You got that? I will never ask you to stay, okay? I don't need you to be here. If you really want to leave, then please divorce my son and find the exit out of this house. Anyway, even Thomas told me that he wanted to divorce you, so just make sure that you prepare all of the papers and sign it. Got that? And one more thing. Don't you ever step one foot in this house ever again. Remember that. Linda, even if you ask me not to divorce Thomas, I will 100% still sign all the papers and file for divorce. And even if any of you guys beg me to come back, there is not an ounce of chance that I will step foot in that house ever. Not in this lifetime. Anyway, I will start packing my stuff so I can move out by today. Thanks for whatever you did for me. And I hope you have a great rest of your life. Kate, you better hurry up and bring your stuff back to the house. Hey? Are you sleep-talking or drunk-calling me or what? I want to separate and get divorced from Thomas, so I immediately packed my bags and left. I will be going to court with your precious son so we can finish up this divorce process. I am no longer a part of your family, and I am not your daughter-in-law anymore. You have no rights telling me what to do. Also, I haven't lost my mind, so why in this world should I move back in that house of yours? Why are you asking me to come back? Is it because Tina does not want to take my place and she doesn't want to move in with you guys? How did you know that? Tina said to me that she would never want to live with two old people and be their slave. She said, word for word, that she does not want to be stuck with two old, useless humans who stink. She said it's better she gets divorced than live here. Can you believe she said that? I am so shocked by what she said. She made me kick you out, and now my son is a divorcee. And now I am without support in the house. All she really cares about is herself. Isn't that just so selfish and disrespectful? She is also super two-faced. She would act so kind and loving towards me all the time. But as soon as I mentioned her moving in with us, she turned stone cold and was super firm that she would never move into my house. I can't believe she is so fake like this. Did you just learn that now, Linda? Tina has always been like that. Plus, she had an ulterior motive of making me and my husband divorce so we can get kicked out of the house. She always wanted that since the beginning. And now that I am divorcing Thomas, she must feel so accomplished since she finished her mission. And now she doesn't really care about anything else since she already got what she wanted. Wait, what? Why would she want you guys to get divorced? It does not make any sense at all. What does she gain from you guys getting divorced? There is nothing for her if you guys get separated. It's because if I don't get divorced from my husband, she would be the one that has to get divorced from her husband. What? I still don't get it. Last month during her wedding ceremony, I saw her face and my heart just started to sink and my legs were getting shaky. I was trembling the entire time, so I just stayed in my seat throughout the ceremony. Then, as soon as the ceremony was over, I made an excuse of feeling sick so I could leave and go back home. Tina is my middle school bully, and she made my school life very miserable. And for me to see that we would become family was just... My body remembered all the trauma I felt from her bullying me, and I would even get nightmares because of those. It was such a horrible time of my life, and thinking that we would be connected as family was just terrifying to me. I tried so hard to live a good life and forgetting all those hardships I experienced because of her. But as soon as I saw her face at the wedding, I got so triggered and felt all the pain and trauma once again. I told my husband about all of this and everything, hoping he would take my side. But all he said was he does not want to ruin the marriage life of his brother, and that I should just stay quiet about this. He told me to just forget everything about the past and just try and be close and friendly with her. He never acknowledged the pain I felt from my childhood trauma, and I was having to live the last 5 years enduring the pain of the past. He never cared about how I felt, and that made me lose the love I had for him. That's why it was easy for me to just divorce him as soon as I got the chance. Is she really that kind of person? Was she always so evil when she was a kid? I had no idea. I bet all she wants from my son who earns a lot of money is to suck up all his fortune and make it hers. She is even making my life miserable because of all of this. My gosh. There is no way I am letting a snake like her abuse and take advantage of my youngest son. I will protect him from her. Kate, you come back to the house as soon as you can. We will work together to kick out that snake, Tina, and make sure the house stays peaceful. Linda, if you want to kick her out, you do that on your own, okay? I am in no way part of your family anymore, so I have no interest in whatever's going on with your household. Oh, but I did do you one favor that I think you might like. I told Tina's husband about the past and what she did to me, and what she's doing since she married him. So we'll see what he decides to do after I told him the truth. Based on the reaction that I saw when I told him, it seemed like he does want to divorce Tina. So, Linda, you should be thankful to me since I am helping you get rid of her. Aren't you glad I did all of that without you having to ask? Of course, it is only natural to want to get rid of someone like her. But the problem here now is you. Huh? What's wrong with me now? You have to come back to the house so the house is back to how it was before. If you are not there, who is going to look after my husband? And who is going to do the chores? Who else, Linda? You! You have to do those. Weren't you the one who said that you are the leader of that household and that I should never try and take over your place? Remember when you told me that? I am sure you are happy that I am out of that house. There is no one who will try to take your place anymore. You won't have to worry if I start bossing people around or whatever false things you accused me of. It is all yours. You can do whatever you want without feeling threatened that someone might take your power in that household. Lastly, this is the last time I'll ever call you or ever talk to you. So, I will be blocking your phone number. Bye, Linda. After that, I hurriedly blocked her and my ex-husband's phone number so they'll never bother me again. I bet they were so upset that I left the house since I was basically the housekeeper and nursing aide for all of them there, so they begged me to come back. But I did not let them waver my decision, and I never want to live the life I was living when I was with them. And a few months later, I heard that Tina and her husband got a divorce. Tina's husband called me and apologized for everything, even though he was not the one who hurt me in any way. I told him thank you for seeing that I suffered a lot because of his ex-wife and that even though it was the past, it was hard for me to just get over it. He was the only one who was sane in that household, and he actually respected me and showed kindness to me. So I told him I will pray for his health and success. As for me, I came back home to my parents' house and I'm living with them for now. Plus, I also went back to the job that I enjoyed doing. Luckily, the hiring manager there knew of my experience and abilities, so I was fully supported and wanted in my workplace. I am just so glad that after all that I went through, there is still some good left in this world. I felt so happy and at peace, so I will take this chance to start a new and better life. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Did you not even bother to do the laundry before heading to work this morning? Are you seriously planning to leave the clothes you wore and the towels you used all jumbled together all day without washing them? Have you not considered the fact that bacteria in those neglected piles of laundry are multiplying incessantly, even as we speak? The same goes for doing the dishes. Don't you realize that if you just pile up the dirty dishes, not only does it look messy, but it also promotes rapid bacteria growth? Especially during hot summers like these. You should wash the used dishes immediately, dry them, and store them in the cabinet. At the very least, you could have put them in the dishwasher before leaving. Did you have to run off to work just like that? What kind of important tasks do you have that made you completely neglect your household chores? And yet, you consider yourself a capable homemaker. I'm not just a homemaker, you know. I also have a job and I'm raising a 4-year-old girl. After working all day at the office, I come home and take care of household chores and parenting duties. I'm so busy that 24 hours a day are not enough for me. When things get hectic and I'm rushing around, there might be times when I can't do the laundry or the dishes. Does the world come to an end when I skip the laundry or the dishes just once? Do you really need to bother your busy daughter-in-law who is at work over such trivial matters? I'm not just lazing around, you know. I'm working and getting paid for it, and it would be inappropriate for you to bother me with insignificant things when I'm supposed to work. You have a job because you enjoy it, so why are you blaming me for it? You put all the money you earn from work into your own pocket, so why do you emphasize that you're a working mom and expect me to be considerate? Is it really that difficult to put the laundry from the laundry basket into the washing machine, add detergent, and press the start button? Is it really that challenging to put the dirty dishes into the dishwasher, add detergent, and press the start button? These can be done in less than 5 minutes, but you're using your work as an excuse when you didn't do them only because you were lazy. Don't you still know that at 35 years of age, that no matter how busy you are, you shouldn't postpone doing the dishes or laundry? Those things should be done promptly, as leaving them undone brings negative energy into the house and can ruin the household. Don't you realize that? I've never heard the phrase skipping the laundry for once will ruin the household in my entire life. That's why people emphasize the significance of parental upbringing in shaping a person's character. The values, skills, and essential knowledge that form the foundation of one's life are typically instilled by their own mother. However, due to the absence of such guidance from your mother, you find yourself lacking in those fundamental aspects. Consequently, it falls upon me to meticulously teach you these essential lessons, which not only drains my energy, but is also unpleasant for you to listen to my nagging, isn't it? You said I couldn't do the laundry or the dishes because I was lazy, right? Honestly, I was busy preparing the meals you would have during the day, so I literally didn't have time for those tasks. In the midst of a hectic morning, I made 4 healthy dishes for you as your daughter-in-law, considering your well-being. However, you're just complaining about laundry and dishes without expressing any gratitude. Where is your decency? Frankly, if you were to prepare your own meals, then I wouldn't have to rush around in the morning to make your meals. And that would leave me with ample time to properly handle the household chores, including laundry and dishes every single day, just as you suggest. Healthy meals? Are you calling those dishes healthy meals that were made entirely from cheap and tasteless vegetables? Am I a goat or a sheep? Why would I have to survive on such weed-like vegetables? Do you still not understand that I have some sort of refined palate that can't eat a meal without meat? I made myself super clear that I should have fish for breakfast, beef steak for lunch, and pork belly for dinner. So why did you prepare such greens that go against that? Did I not explicitly tell you never to put those wild greens on the table? I repeatedly emphasized that I don't eat such weeds coming from a higher standard of living. But being raised in a household with a lower standard of living like yours, I can't help but cringe at the level of your grocery shopping. Those tasteless dishes, with no purpose whatsoever, have been thrown away in the trash bin, so start doing things properly from tomorrow. And why should I be the one preparing my own meals when I have a daughter-in-law? Don't you understand preparing meals for your parents-in-law is all on you as the daughter-in-law? What did your mother teach you that you dare to tell your mother-in-law to cook her own meals? You are so clueless that I have no idea where to start or how much more I have to teach you. Did you say you threw away the dishes for you that were perfectly fine to be consumed? Don't you think you're being too much? You seem to enjoy lecturing about the importance of parental upbringing, but did you never receive table manners that teach you not to play around with food? Did your mother teach you that it's okay to casually throw away food? What? It seems like you're seriously mistaken. I didn't play around with the food. I simply disposed of the trash you created by kindly putting them in the trash bin. If you had prepared proper and edible food, would I ever throw away valuables? How can you expect me to survive on grass-like scraps that even goats and sheep would refuse to eat? It's all prepared for your sake, but you just don't seem to understand. You saw the results of your blood and urine analysis last week, right? Your blood sugar levels are high. Your cholesterol levels are even higher, and your weight has increased by 10 pounds compared to last year. The doctor warned you that if you don't change your diet, There will come a day when you'll have to take a handful of pills with every meal. So I prepared healthy meals for your sake despite the busy morning. Yet is this how you treat someone's effort and care? Considering it as mere garbage? Is this the kind of upbringing you received from your mother? You're lying through your teeth. I'm amazed how you're lying. Setting aside fish and pork belly, beefsteak is the source of my health, strength, and endorphins. Did you think I wouldn't notice your cunning intention of depriving me of that? My cunning intention? You're sick that you're pretending as if you don't know what I'm talking about. Are you pretending to be stupid? You're hoping I'll die soon so that you can inherit $1 million from me. You deliberately feed me nothing but grass-like scraps to weaken me and shorten my lifespan, don't you? As people age, they need to consume more protein, especially animal protein, to regain their energy and maintain good health. By feeding me only weeds, I won't be able to regain my energy, and ultimately, I'll become weak and die quicker. I have never once coveted your money. I can live perfectly well on my own earnings, so why would I wish for you to die quicker and take your money? At least when it comes to money, I received a proper upbringing from my mother. And can you please stop it? Whenever you open your mouth, you start bragging about the $1 million inheritance and threatening me and my husband. I literally have been hearing these things every single day for 3 years now, and it has reached a point where it's extremely unbearable for me. It's funny that you're pretending to be noble and sophisticated when the only reason you moved in with me was because you were after my $1 million. If I didn't have anything, would you really have agreed to live with me? These days, daughters-in-law not only dislike living with their mothers-in-law, but also hold them in contempt. So why did you decide to live with me when you're one of them? Isn't your motive too obvious? The decision to move in with you was made by Eli, your son. Even living with her own mother would be challenging for a woman who has already established her own family, let alone living with her husband's mother. So from the beginning, I was cautious about living with you. However, you promised that you would help take care of my child and assist with household chores to support my work, which led me to make the decision to live with you. It was never about seeking money. But when it actually happened, you acted as if you had no idea of any such agreement, completely ignoring childcare and household responsibilities while spending your time outside of home every day. Instead, I ended up taking care of you on top of juggling work, household chores, and childcare. Furthermore, you keep bringing up the topic of $1 million, but honestly, I doubt if that money even exists. Insignificant matters such as taking care of a grandchild and assisting with household chores are things that are only for elderly people who have nothing else to do. I'm on a different level compared to those people, aren't I? I have $1 million, so why should I bother myself with childcare or household chores and walk on eggshells for my daughter-in-law? There you go again with $1 million. Sure, because while others are struggling, not even having $10,000, I have a substantial amount of $1 million. If you want to live comfortably for the rest of your life by inheriting that significant sum, don't you understand that as a daughter-in-law, you should do your best to serve me? I'll be going on a trip to Los Cabos with my friends this weekend, so while I'm away, make sure you thoroughly clean my room. Don't just quickly vacuum. Use a steam cleaner to thoroughly clean every nook and cranny. Rent a carpet cleaner from the Home Depot and make sure the carpets are clean and fresh. Take out all the clothes from the closet, wash them, and let them dry in the sun until they're crisp. Make sure to iron every one of them and fold them correctly and diligently so they won't be wrinkled. Empty the drawers and organize the items inside. Clean the furniture and walls until they're sparkling clean. Don't use harmful chemical cleaning products that you don't even know the ingredients of. Instead, use safe baking soda and vinegar for every corner. Do you understand? Don't even think about fooling me by lying to me, saying that you used clean ones but you didn't. I have plans for this weekend, so it would be difficult for me to fulfill those tasks. Besides, Los Cabos is technically out of the country. And if you have the energy to go on a trip abroad like that, shouldn't you be responsible for cleaning your own room? I'm not your personal housekeeper. So why do you always try so hard to boss me around? My parents didn't teach me all the way through my PhD just so I could clean your room and live in submission. Not only was I a summa cum laude college graduate, but I also earned my master's degree and PhD. I even pursued a successful career, recognized in the industry at a young age. Honestly, are you contributing anything to my living expenses? You always talk about $1 million, but you don't even contribute a single penny to my daily expenses. You shamelessly order me around endlessly while living off the money earned by me and my husband. How can you have such audacity? What? Is there a rule stating that you don't have to take care of your mother-in-law just because you graduated from university and obtained a master's and PhD? If you're so capable, why did you get married in the first place? You could have lived on your own, enjoying the freedom from childcare and household chores. Marriage is not just a matter between a man and a woman. It involves the entire family. Did you not realize that? How dare you defy me when you come into my home and live here expecting to inherit my assets? Where did you learn such impertinence? If my room isn't cleaned when I return from my trip, you better be prepared. I will not let it slide under any circumstances. What's going on here? Why is the house in such a mess? Why don't I see any of your belongings? You better explain clearly what is happening. Do I really need to explain further when you've seen it with your own eyes? Why wouldn't our belongings be there? Because we moved out. Isn't that obvious? I've had enough of your unreasonable torment towards me, and I've always wanted to move out. But Eli insisted on staying, which caused further delays. Thanks to him finally making the decision to move out, I was finally able to move out. So I'm asking why my son suddenly made the decision to move out when he always insisted on not moving out. Tell me right now. My son is such a good boy who loves his old mother dearly, so it's unthinkable for him to abandon his elderly mother and move out. Because your lies were exposed and the truth came out. What are you talking about? Your son happened to see your account statement with your current balance while cleaning your room. What? I told you to clean my room, not my precious son. Did you really have to burden my hardworking son with household chores on top of his stressful work? Household chores are supposed to be taken care of by women, not men. Are you hoping that I'll be overwhelmed with anger and die? Why don't you clean your own room like an adult if you're afraid of what someone might find while they do it? I'm my parents' precious daughter as well. My parents love me as much as you love your son. Strictly speaking, we're not related by blood, which means you're a stranger to me. But why do you keep demanding me to clean your room when I'm a stranger to you? Is it only your child who is considered precious, while other people's children are not? If your child is precious, then other people's children are also precious. Besides, how many times should I emphasize that I have a job too? What part of it don't you understand? I'm sure you already know about this, but too proud to admit that I make way more than your son. But still, I do all the household chores, childcare, and even take care of you. I have repeatedly tried to make you understand that the amount of work I handle surpasses that of your son, who is only responsible for work. While he dedicates his time solely to his work, I am juggling multiple responsibilities, including managing the household, taking care of the child, and fulfilling my own professional duties. Day in and day out, I am faced with the relentless demands of balancing work and family, enduring physical and mental exhaustion that far surpasses anything your son could possibly comprehend. It is disheartening and frustrating that my efforts continue to go unnoticed and unacknowledged. How many more times should I tell you about it to make you understand? Stop talking nonsense and come back home immediately. I will not give you even a penny of $1 million if you don't come back right now. You better listen to me when I say it nicely. What do you mean by $1 million? What $1 million are you talking about? You clearly know what I'm talking about. Did you already forget that I inherited $1 million from your father-in-law when he passed away 5 years ago? No, I haven't forgotten about that. However, it's just that the $1 million from 5 years ago has now dwindled to only $10,000. Are you saying you did not know about this, or are you pretending as if you haven't been lying to me and my husband intentionally? You've been abusing me, holding $1 million as a hostage, but it turned out you didn't have it at all. What did you say? $10,000? That doesn't make sense. How in the world did you figure out the number? Well, your son was cleaning your room, including shelves, and he found there was a piece of paper showing the account balance. He took a look at it because he was curious, but he couldn't help but be immediately disappointed that there was only $10,000 instead of the $1 million you talk about all day and night. I'm genuinely curious about how you could spend the entire $1 million just in 5 years. You know, $1 million is a very large amount of money. You could buy a 3,000 square foot house with more than 4 bedrooms with a good school district in the suburbs. I can't believe you managed to waste all of it only within 5 years. I don't get it. I never thought I'd spent much at all. They are saying that I've actually spent all that money. I simply bought a BMW once, then a Mercedes, went on a few trips abroad with my friends, and bought a few high-end bags like Prada. Are you saying that those things were so expensive? Are you saying you never took a look at the price tag when you bought those items? Not just those items. I never look at the price tag when I buy something. That's how I was my whole life. Your father-in-law always provided me with ample living expenses. Since he never monitored how I spent the money, there was no need for me to pay attention to price tags or know the exact cost of things. When it came to my friends' birthdays, I would gift them designer bags and even travel tickets as birthday presents. But are you saying that those things were so expensive? I'm more surprised that you haven't been aware of how much you were spending. Don't you ever check your credit card statements? They show you where you swiped the card for how much. Did I have to? Oh my goodness. You make me speechless. Did those who received expensive gifts from you not say anything about it? Nobody told me anything about everything. They just got it and said thank you. That was it. I have been living as a housewife my whole life, relying solely on the living expenses provided by my husband due to my lack of financial independence. However, when I received a large sum of money overnight, I couldn't help but want to show off to my friends, seek attention, and perhaps even evoke jealousy. That's why I spent my money so recklessly. I can't believe that someone who reportedly spent money so freely with others could be so stingy toward her own child. I heard that after just 5 years of moving in together, you promised my husband that you would contribute $500,000 towards buying a house and a Cadillac Escalade worth $100,000. Despite him knowing that I have been abused by you all this time, he still tried to stick around because of the promise you made to him. However, you've simply trashed your promise and squandered every penny of $1 million as if such a promise never existed. What kind of son would want to live with a mother like you? Your son has made the decision to move out and never see you again. If you have even a speck of conscience left, please never call us again. Even if you try to reach out, we won't respond. But still, the relationship between the mother and her child is given by God. How can you say not to call him? Why don't you try talking to him and resolving things for me? Even if you don't have $1 million, you still have this townhouse, don't you? That townhouse is for you to reside in for the rest of your life or to liquidate for cash if you ever come across such a situation. Your son and I don't need your house or money, so take care of yourself from now on for the rest of your life. It seems he already blocked you, so I'm blocking you as well. Eli and I have cut off ties with my mother-in-law and are living our own lives. While it is true that my husband made a poor decision to move in with his mother based on her promise of a substantial inheritance, she has no right to manipulate and control her child with money. She has no grounds to complain about being cut off from us after what she has done. On the other hand, I have never been hungry for her money, and it was incredibly challenging for me, both mentally and physically, for her to accuse me of being a money-hungry daughter-in-law. Since moving out, I feel much more comfortable and happy. Meanwhile, both my husband and I have worked hard and saved money, and we plan to purchase a condo next year using our own savings. He now regrets his past thoughtless choices and is reflecting on his wrong desire to rely on his mother and money. He has made a promise to himself to work hard and achieve success independently from now on. Thanks for watching! If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.